Hello everyone and welcome to Travel Mania. In this video, we're gonna take a look at the largest and most populous city in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City, also known as Saigon. Ho Chi Minh City is located in the southeastern region of Vietnam, with an area of 2,000 square kilometers. As a municipality, it consists of 16 urban districts, 5 rural districts, and 1 municipal city. Today, Ho Chi Minh City is one of the Asian megacities, with a long tradition of being one of the centers of economy, education, entertainment, and being the largest financial center in the whole Vietnam, contributing around a quarter of the country's total GDP. It's home to over 9 million people, making up 8% of Vietnam's total population. About 94% of the residents are ethnic Vietnamese, with minority ethnic groups including Chinese, Koreans, and Japanese. Currently, Ho Chi Minh City has an average population density of over 4,500 people per square kilometer, which is higher than in Shanghai. In many cases, you will often hear both names, Ho Chi Minh City and Saigon. To understand why the city has two names, we need to look back to the history. Saigon was the name used during the French colonial period and up until the end of the Vietnam War in 1975, when North Vietnam won the war and changed the name of Saigon to Ho Chi Minh City. So the current official name is Ho Chi Minh City. However, Saigon is still widely used. Now, if you want to visit Ho Chi Minh City, you will probably stay in District 3. Here, you will find all the budget hotels, restaurants, and the main attractions. This district has also been listed as one of the 50 coolest neighborhoods in the world. Now, let's look at some of the places that you might want to visit. Independence Palace, also known as the Reunification Palace. This palace served as the residence and an office for the President of South Vietnam, Nguyen Van Thieu, during the Vietnam War. It represents the traditional philosophy, the Oriental rituals, and the characteristic of the Vietnamese people. The main building has 3 floors, 1 terrace, 1 ground floor, and a basement. Each room has its own function with the corresponding architecture and decoration. You can go to many different floors, such as the presidential office, meeting halls, and war rooms. The entrance fee is just 40,000 dongs. Can you believe that? In Europe, you would pay much more than here. No wonder that Vietnam is often ranked among the cheapest countries in Asia. If you are interested in history, then you should definitely visit the Remnants Museum, located in District 3. This is probably the most famous museum in the whole Vietnam. It was opened in 1975 as the exhibition house for the US and puppet crimes. It primarily focuses on the First Indochina War and the Vietnam War. It's a very popular place between tourists. Outside, you can see military equipment such as tanks, helicopters, or aircraft. Inside the main building, there are 3 floors. On each, you will see many photos that were taken during the Vietnam War with a short explanation text in English. The museum currently holds 20,000 documents, artifacts, and films. In short summary about the Vietnam War, it was a conflict from 1955 to 1975 between Communist North Vietnam and US-backed South Vietnam. The war ended up with North Vietnam's victory and the reunification of Vietnam under communist rule. Now, if you want to go to Ho Chi Minh City, I highly recommend you to visit this museum. Even if you are not interested in history, it will definitely open your eyes once you will see what this country has gone through. Saigon Central Post Office. This building is often mistakenly claimed that it was designed by Gustave Eiffel, but it was actually designed by the French architect Alfred Falhu. Inside the office, you will see a huge portrait of President Ho Chi Minh. who was the great leader of the Vietnamese Revolution and after whom this city is named. There are also nice shops where you can buy some souvenirs. A couple of minutes away from here, you will find a Ho Chi Minh City Hall. This building served as an administrative house for past governments during the French colonial period. Today, it's mainly used for important meetings and special conferences. Across the street, you will see an opera house that was built in 1898 during the French colonial period. It's a popular spot for taking nice pictures, especially for wedding photos. Book Street is another interesting place. It's one of the oldest streets in the city. You will find here more than 20 different bookstores, with all kinds of books, from politics, science, to culture and foreign languages. Most of the books I came across were mostly written in Vietnamese, but some of them you will find in English. Since the year of 2004, the city has lost 56% of its historic buildings, particularly due to urban redevelopment. As the city pushes for modernization, many of these historic structures are at risk of being replaced by high-rise buildings and commercial complexes. The same decrease is for traditional street food vendors that has been displaced or forced to relocate due to rising rents and the growing presence of modern restaurants. What about the safety? As the main source of income is tourism, the city is trying to make the tourist safety as their number one concern. On the streets, there are a high number of police officers who are stationed in key areas and popular tourist spots. I came across many tourists, so let's ask them what they think about Ho Chi Minh City.
Okay, so where do you come from?
France.
So what are your impressions of Ho Chi Minh City?
It's a pretty good city actually, for several reasons. Nightlife first, like yesterday was a great night. You can say it as well. And also not so much things to visit, but very interesting stuff. So it's super good city.
Okay, thank you.
Despite being sometimes called as a concrete jungle, you will find here many green areas and parks between. My favorite park is Vinhomes Central Park. This park was inspired by the famous Central Park in New York. It's a great place to unwind and slow back down. From here, you can see the city's highest building, Landmark 85. It's a 462-meter super tall skyscraper that you will see from almost every place in the city. With a total floor area of 142,000 square meters, that includes luxury apartments, 5-star hotel, shopping centers, bars and restaurants. After Taiwan, Vietnam has the second largest motorcycle ownership in the world. As of 2024, it's estimated that Vietnam has more than 70 million motorbikes, and Ho Chi Minh City alone has over 7 million. In the last 2 decades, the motorcycle market has experienced rapid growth, making it one of the fastest growing markets in the world. However, this also brings some of the downsides, such as the high rates of road accidents. According to the World Health Organization, Vietnam has the second highest traffic fatality rate in Southeast Asia after Thailand. In recent years, the country has reported around 8,000 to 10,000 traffic fatalities annually. The average temperature is around 28 degrees Celsius. Like most of Vietnam, it has a tropical monsoon climate, with a high average humidity of 80%. The rainy season lasts from May to November, and the dry season from December to April. Flooding has been one of the major problems, especially during the rainy season. A combination of high tide, heavy rains and high flow volume results in regular flooding in several parts of the city. The transportation system is currently undergoing significant improvements. with the introduction of a new metro line and expanded bus services. To get around the city, the best option is still by motorbike. The most popular mobile app to use, just like anywhere in Vietnam, is Grab. Renting a car is not the best option, as it can be quite challenging, especially if you are unfamiliar with the local road conditions. When it comes to nightlife, the most well-known street between all the backpackers is Bue Vien Street. It's an 850 meters long nightlife walking street with a lot of go-go bars, nightclubs, pubs and music shows. At times, this street reminded me of Khao San Road in Bangkok. If you want to enjoy a fun night in Saigon, this is the place to go. Alright, that's the end of my video. If you like it, don't forget to like and subscribe. And tell me in the comments what you most like about the city. Thanks for watching and stay tuned, more videos are on the way.